Click, click, boom. You see it? What's going on, faithful? The Nothing But Niners crew is back in the building. Guys, it is game day. We are about an hour and 15 minutes away from kickoff. And so we had to bring you guys this news a little bit early. Some more injury reports are happening. Guys are out that we didn't think were going to be out, and I can't wait to discuss it all. But before we do, we have to get down to some business here. Let's go through these formalities really quick. Let's get my banner right over there. Here we go. Guys, if this is your first time on the YouTube page, we want to thank you guys for checking us out. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and turn on your notifications so that way you know exactly when we're going live. Give us a follow on some of our social media handles. We have Twitter and Snapchat. That is nothing but 9 ERS. That is the number 9. Nothing but 9 ERS on Twitter and Snapchat. We have Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitch. That is Nothing But Niners, spelled all the way out, just like the website, guys, www.nothingbutniners.com. And if you want any Nothing But Niners official apparel, you guys can stop by shop nb9ers.com. Again, that is shop nb9ers.com. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. And with me this morning is my guy, Tony, NJ Niner fan, 499. What's going on, big dog? How you doing, man?
What is up? It's game day. I got the sideline gear on, and I'm ready to roll.
I love it. I love that thing, man. So listen, bro, news just came out. Akello Witherspoon is officially out for this game. Now, guys, because of that, I'm taking a celebratory drink here. You guys don't know what this is. Google it. That's all I'm going to say is Google it. Some good stuff right here. Just going to pour up a little bit of this here. Now, someone's going to say, Mike, Akello's your boy. Why on earth are you celebrating him being out? Tony, why do you think that is? I'm not even going to jump into my conspiracy bag right now, but why would I be celebrating my guy, my favorite corner on the team, being out for this game?
I think it's a couple things. A, the turf. B, if he's not 100%, you don't want him in the field because they're going to go after him. And also, listen, it's put up or shut up for Jason Verrett now.
Absolutely. Jason Verrett has been this guy that everyone's been banging the table for. Get him in. Get him in. Bench Akello. Cut him. Trade him. They've been saying all this stuff. Now it is time to see what the team really has behind these guys, man. Dre Greenlaw is out. George Kittle is out. We all know about our starting quarterback. These guys are all out there. And yes, I am in the basement. I'm in the Lions Den. I don't know if you guys can see this thing over my shoulder here, but that's a Giants picture. I'm in my dad's man cave, man. I can't show around because he's got TVs on and we're going to get charged for that if we show it. But let me tell you, there's 3 TVs down here, a nice bar, and I'm going to light up some stogies and everything. This is going to be a hell of a game. Let me tell you, I feel a little different about the Giants' chances of winning this game with Jason Verrett in and Akello Witherspoon out. What does this change for you, Tony, if anything at all? You might not care that much, but I want to know what your thoughts are.
I think you might see, like we touched on it yesterday on our fan show. Someone called and asked the question about Verrett and the scheme. I think you might see some man looks. Verrett is a man guy. Mosley's a man guy, even though Mosley could play both. I just like his physicality at the line of scrimmage. He's not afraid to get in your face, jam you, try to bump you off your route. So I think it's going to be you might see a man look today.
All right, so here's the thing, man. And I again, I'm going to be taken the wrong way for saying this, but some people just don't know what they have until it's gone. And I'm hoping that the team and the fans, the faithful, learn some valuable lessons today. I'm not saying that I want this team to lose. I do not. Let's be clear here. I want this team to win. I expect this team to win. Okay? But here's what my issue is, right? My issue is that people have been saying this guy is better than that guy. We don't need this guy. We can move on from this guy. And no, I'm not actually talking about Akello Witherspoon. I'm actually talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. People, Nick Mullins can do just as good of a job as Jimmy Garoppolo. Then why is Nick Mullins not the starter? Why is Nick Mullins the backup guy, right? Why isn't this team – why was it when Shanahan was asked at the last presser, well, if Mullins plays really well, do you guys determine who's the starter going forward once Jimmy's healthy and ready to return? His answer was no. And he said it with like a scoff on his face, like, no. Like, he's going. Like, Jimmy's our guy. Like, it's not a question. There's so many players in this game that have an opportunity to prove their value, whether they're playing in it or not. Akello Witherspoon being one, Jimmy Garoppolo being one, Dante Pettis being another. Who are some guys, Tony, that you think can prove their value in this game, whether it's through their absence or through their presence.
Mike, could you hear me?
I hear you, but I don't think you heard me, huh?
I think I lost you.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on 1 sec.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. I just heard that. Go ahead.
Thank you for the contribution, Nick. You know what? I should bring my guy Nick in here while we're waiting for the other guys to jump in. But I'm asking you, there's people have been saying Witherspoon is the worst guy. Trade him, right? He can prove his value with his absence today. They're saying Nick Mullins is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo can prove his value with his absence today, right? So Dante Pettis, he can prove his value with his presence today, right? So I'm asking you, which guys have the opportunity today to prove their value to this team, whether it's through their absence or their presence?
I'm going to go with Verrett. I think this is a golden opportunity for him to come in and potentially solidify a spot in his roster going forward, not just this year, going into the future. Because we all know we have a lot of free agents coming up next year in the secondary. So I think this is an opportunity for him to really make a name for himself and put all the questions of him being always hurt and all this stuff to silence. I mean, because he was a talented player 2-3 years ago, but he just couldn't stay healthy. And as far as Pettis, we touched about this the other day too. Nick Mullins looks at everybody. Anyone that's open, if it's schemed to a player, he'll do it. But then if he's he'll go to the open man. And it could be Bourne, it could be Pettit. And now you're hearing rumors that he has a rapport with Sanu. So if you're asking me who I would say, I would definitely say Jason Verrett, hands down.
I like that name. And you know something you said in here was someone I have not talked about since he signed with this team. And that is Mohamed Sanu. Other than me saying shout out to the Jersey boy and I hope he goes out there and eats, I really haven't said much about him. Do you think Sanu shows up today on the stat sheet, not just on the field, on the stat sheet? Do you think he plays a important role in the game plan today?
Yes, not only as a blocker, because we've seen it versus the Jets. I think he could have a couple catches. I think he's going to have some targets, definitely. And I think he could have a couple catches.
All right. I like it. So let me see here. Mose says, I got one, Mike. Tevin Coleman. If JaMychal Hasty balls out. Oh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Let me put it up here on the screen, man. Tevin Coleman. How about it? People have been, and I'm guilty of it. Why is he the starter? What is he doing getting more carries than this guy and that guy, right? I am definitely guilty of it. Yeah. He says, if JaMychal Hasty balls out and McKinnon can stay healthy, that could make Coleman expendable, especially with his cap number. Man, this guy's absence could prove or disprove his value to this roster. Tony, let's talk about it, man.
Listen to me. I agree. I definitely agree with this, okay? Because the number one thing is 2021, Coleman's not under contract. We're strict. We're very tight with cap space. I mean, I don't know now because of Kittle's extension. I didn't really see the full breakdown and how it works with next year's salary cap. I mean, the salary cap as of before I think Kittle signed his deal, we had about $6 million in cap space going in to next year. Hopefully they made some money, the NFL, and they'll raise the cap a little more to be realistic for some of these teams to keep together. But, man, you guys know how I feel about Hasty. I was pounding the friggin' table to get him on the final 53. He's got his opportunity, and I'm telling you, he's going to get some touches today. He could too. He definitely could too. But the thing is, he's not under contract next year either. So the way they work, it seems like they add a running back to the stable every year, at least one running back. When they first came in, what did they do? They put Breida in, right? Breida was the workhorse their first year, going into their second year. And then last year they ended what? Wilson, Jeff Wilson Jr. to the stable. This year it's JaMychal Hasty. And, going forward, next year they're going to add another guy. But the question is, are they going to retain one of the veterans to help these guys with the transition? Because every year they did it, they had a veteran present. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. So Rosa's asking a question here. Mike, what are you taking a shot of today? I don't know yet. That's victory shots are only after the game. This was a celebratory drink because today we get to see what people are really made of. Today we get to get rid of all of the speculative talks and tweets and comments. And look, these guys can go out here and have a great game, right? Jason Verrett can come out here and ball out, right? And I said this last week about Akello Witherspoon. He can have the game of his life, and he can play the following game and have the game of his life. And you know what people are going to say? Yeah, it was the Jets. Yeah, it was the Giants, right? But don't be a liability out there. That's the only thing. Don't be a liability. So this was a celebratory drink celebrating Jason Verrett getting his start. And we're going from there. I'm not sure what the victory shot will be today. Jim Broney, thank you for the contribution. Did you guys hear about Montana's grandchild?
Yeah, great job, Joe.
You
didn't hear about it?
No, I saw a tweet that said, "Wait, Montana did what?" And I was afraid to look because the last time I saw that about a Niner great, well, someone that I liked, it was Dane Stubblefield, and I was like, all right, I'm not looking into it right now because I don't feel like being negative. So
just
break it down.
A quick recap. Montana was in his house with his wife, and I guess you could say an intruder came into the house and tried to take one of his grandchildren. And Joe Montana, and I forgot her name, so I'm going to say Mrs. Montana, wrestled the guy down to the ground, and they got the child back. So kudos to them.
Someone came into their house?
That's what it said on Twitter. That's what it said.
Was it the child's father, and like they didn't want him to take like that?
I don't know. It's very like it's not. There's not all facts. It's just like a quick report. Like, you know what I'm saying? Montana prevents child from being abducted or something. Like,
oh smokes. Well, that's crazy, man. All right, you got it. Well, I'm glad that the child is safe. You know what I'm saying? Now someone's saying it was a woman. I don't know. But I'm glad the child is safe. That's what the point is. Good for Joe and his family for keeping their family intact, and hopefully everything is okay. So yeah, I didn't know anything about that. That's really, really interesting. So Tony, man, the guy's going to be jumping in here literally any minute now. Breezy's in the middle of his church service, so I'm not sure what time he'll be here. But Nick should be here very soon. The show was originally planned for 12 o'clock. We bumped it up a little bit early because we tend to run long. And these early games are a lot harder because, you know, it's early for people all over the place. I know that the West Coast guys are like, yo, bro, it's 9 o'clock. Like, what are you doing drinking already, right? It's noon here. Hi. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. But I do want to ask you your thoughts on this game, man. Look, this team is overrun with injuries. We've known about it, but I mean, it's when you step back and look at the paper, it's even worse. You have corners 1 and 3 out. You have edge rushers 1 and 2 out. Running backs 1 and 2 out. Quarterback 1 out. Tight end 1 out. Pop. He's a Giants fan. He's hating.
That's why.
You see? Hey, Pop. This motherfucker. He did it on purpose. I know he did.
Go ahead. You want to go get the light? If you want, I'll touch on the inactives if you want.
But my point though is that all these guys are out today.
Yeah.
All these guys are out, right? And now we find out Akello is out, right? So I'm gonna look and see how that swayed the line. And it did. It did. The Niners were 3.5-point favorites yesterday. It's down to 3. It's a push. It's damn near a pick 'em right here. So tell me, man, what are your thoughts and how does this affect the outcome of the game, man?
I mean, we talked about this a lot as far as their injuries. You know, I could just shoot it down real quick. It's pretty much all our top guys, like Mike said. He touched on Akello, D Ford, Garoppolo, Greenlaw, Kittle, Mostert, and the one inactive that kind of caught me by surprise, Tom Compton. Very interesting. So I guess they're going to roll with McKivitz as the backup guard, and with Grisou is strictly the backup center. I kind of like that. It's youth because I don't think Compton's going to be a part of the plan going forward. But yeah, I think this team was very organized in their plan of attack to fill the role of Bosa. So what did they do? Bosa went down with the ACL. You heard John Lynch in the interview. The lights are back on. You heard John Lynch in the interview say, I was on the phone in the fourth quarter trying to negotiate a deal with Ziggy Ansah. So what did they do? They added Ziggy Ansah. So our base defensive front, I think you're going to see Hyder at the one side, Armstead at the other. And I think the rotation guys are still going to be Ansah and now Jordan, who they pulled up to the from the practice squad to the active roster. So I like how they did it because now D Ford is out with the neck/back injury. We don't know what's going on with that. So I think they did their best that they could possibly in replacing the players that are hurt. Coleman's out. They bring up Hasty. Debo Samuel was out. What did they do? They brought in a Sanu. They activated a guy off the – who was the other guy they brought up? No, they didn't bring anybody up. But, Kittle's out. What do they have? They have Dwelly. They have Reed now. So this roster was probably built the right way.
Sounds like your ringer's going off. You got to run? If you need to go. If you need to go ahead. All right, I got you. All right, so while Tony steps away, I'm going to give you guys a wide view of everything here. So I am down here, like I said, in the Lions Den. I wanted to put up more things, man. I even bought my banner. You guys know how I get down, man. I bought the championship banner here. I was going to fly that up here, but, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just bring this show because we got stuff that we need to discuss, man. But let me tell you, man, let me see here. Let me change my brand here. Here we go. Right there. And I saw a comment I'm going to put up here really quick. Mike, I have a source that says Ford may be done for the season, bro. Listen, everyone's got the same source. I've seen this report circulating for weeks now. Well, for days, I should say. It's probably been like a week and a half since I've seen it. Everyone's seen it. And if that's the case, then that's the case. I don't know. Whatever happens, happens. I have no control over that. But it's interesting to me that the team has not put him on IR yet. So I'm not sure yet. Maybe they're waiting for some tests to go through or something like that to determine what's going to happen with D Ford. But I won't speculate on the man's injury like that. We'll see what happens, what his future is with the team. Now, there's some players that I'm really excited to see in this game today. Some guys that have to step up. And I feel like I should wait for the guys to do this because I want to know who their players are that have to do this also. I want to ask you guys about your game day rituals. I have not found a place out here to order wings from yet. So I have to get on my wings. I have to get my wings. But what are your guys' game day rituals? And do you do it even more when the team is injured like this? When they're up against the gun? No pun intended. No pun intended. But when their backs are against the wall like this, do you guys go hard with the rituals here? I see this one here from Royce, my guy Royce. I got wings, burgers, and onion rings for the game. Man, God, I'm going to his house. That's what I like to see right there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Daddy O was saying that it sounds like a JV team. Look, we are running a lot of backups out there today. A lot of backups are going to be on the field. Max is talking about someone that I like. I'm not going to put that comment up here yet, but that's one of my key players to the game today. All right, let me see what's going on here. No pizza anymore. I hear you, man. I hear you, bro. You gotta pick and choose where you're going with it, right? Looks different. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm in the Lions Den. I'm at my dad's house. I'm in his basement. He's a Giants fan, and I'm holding it down. I've invaded enemy territory, man, and I am here to represent. All right, in a big way. He even called my brother. My brother's a Giants fan, so he'll be in here too. He'll be in here talking junk. Who does Trent roll over this week? This is an interesting question. This is a very interesting question here. I don't even know. What's the linebacker's name that Gio was hyping up? That's who he's going to get. What's the linebacker name that the Giants brought in as a free agent, Tony?
Blake Martinez and Kyle Fackrell or something.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Martinez. That's what I'm talking about. That's who Big Trent gets his hands on this week, I think. I think Big Trent gets down there and gets to him. Oh, look at this, man. Homemade wings and burgers on the grill. And he's got the onion rings, man. Yeah, bro. Vince, look, man, Tony feels the same way. This is the Jersey guys right here, man. We got to win this game or no one's going to let us live it down. Everybody can't wait for us to get back to work, get back around our social settings so they can say, what happened to your Niners? What happened to you?
Of course.
And, we got to show up. Otherwise, it's going to be hell for a week. It's going to be hell, especially if this bad Giants team beats us. But we don't get like a gimme. We don't get a pass. We can't get a mulligan for this game already. Like with all the injuries we have, we can't say, hey, timeout.
I don't want it. I don't want it. And I'm not trying to be cocky and arrogant. I just believe in our staff. I believe in our front office and making this roster as best as it could to compete. Because listen, Mike, injuries could happen to any team. Russell Wilson could go down. Do you think they're going to compete with no Russell Wilson? Like all these teams, if you take away, right? If you take away their top player, let's just go down the list. Okay. Baltimore Ravens. If you take away Jackson, are they going to be good? If the Chiefs take away Mahomes, are they going to be good? If the Texans take away Watson, are they going to be good? Okay. I think this team, the way it's built, it could still function and perform and compete. I'm not saying win every game, but compete in games and keep them in games. I don't think this team could get blown out, in my opinion. I just think there's way too many veterans on this team. B, they got that taste of going to the Super Bowl, and they're going to want to do everything they could to get back into that game and win it this time. I'm not saying we're the favorites or we're definitely going back with this team, but injuries are going to start coming. The injured players are going to start coming back, and that's why I said what I said the other day on the show about this game. But I don't want that.
Yeah, but I mean, you sat there and said, "Will this team compete without this guy? Will this team compete without this guy? Will this team compete without this guy?" Every guy you named was a quarterback, right? Now, think back to 2017 when they took over. This regime took over. It was voted that they had the worst roster of any team in the NFL. You remember when that was the talk?
I remember it clear as day.
There were some faithful who were believing that too. This team right now today ain't much different than what that team was there. It's still Eric Armstead as the veteran. It's still DJ Jones, right? Kittle's not here, so that Pro Bowl guy is gone. They didn't have Jimmy Garoppolo at the time, right?
Yeah, but that's a perfect example. You take Kittle out, and what do? You put in Jordan Reed, who the only reason why he couldn't keep playing on that level was concussions. It's not because his game like fell through the bottom of the floor and he just didn't play anymore. He had concussions. So what they do? They bring him on a 1-year deal. Now you have Kittle go down. Okay, we're going to put in Reed. Then we have Dwelly. Then we have Warner. Like, this team is probably, in my opinion, all 53 across the board, one of the deepest rosters in the league.
All right, I'm not going to try to talk you out of it.
No, I mean, seriously, like, look at our injuries, and we're still, like, I'll give you a perfect example. Who did the Giants lose? Barkley. Their season.
Adrian Colbert, I believe, is out today.
No, I'm talking about their top echelon players, their top tier players.
Colbert like that, bro. It's friend of the show right there.
All right, Colbert's top 2.
That's right.
So now, the damage that's done for them losing one player compared to the damage that's going to be done to us losing 5, 6, 7, I think we're okay. I mean, I'm not going to say we're going to knock off the big dogs right now, but I think we're good enough to beat, in my opinion, the Giants. We beat the Jets. We beat, and it is what it is. The Jets are the Jets, but still, with all those injuries, there's no way in hell we should have put up 31 points. But I just think we're that good of a team.
I hear you, bro. And listen, I think that we're that good of a team because we know who we have here, right? But it's different when one guy is filling in and the other 52 around them are the same. Or I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. When one guy is filling in, the other 10 around him are the same. That's one thing, right? Even if there's 8 guys that are the same, it's not like that right now. It's a little bit different. And Andrew Martinez, I see the comment here, no jersey on game day. Mike, no, I haven't worn a jersey on game day in a very long time. It's one of my rituals, man. I don't do it anymore, man.
Hell no.
I avoid it. I can't do it. It doesn't work for me, man. I like the hoodies and t-shirts. I stick with that. Let me see here. Let's see. Here's some good names here. Now check this out, right? Verrett and Dion Jordan will ball out. Now this is from Niner Empire 999. Is Dion Jordan one of the guys? Let me ask it this way. All right. Now obviously we expect Verrett to do something today. Not like we said, not top guys that he's coming in here to defend. And you're the pro. You're the former all-pro, right? So we expect that from Verrett. All right, let's keep it moving though. Who is more pressure on today, Tony? Dion Jordan or Ziggy Ansah? Who is more pressure on today?
Ziggy. It's Ziggy.
No, you gotta tell me why. You can't just say that.
I wish I could, but I think it's definitely Ziggy. Give me.
All right. So Nick said he'll be on in about 3 to 5 minutes, guys.
Just
Reezy,
give me
like
1 second, Mike.
All right.
I'm gonna.
That's freaking hilarious. Tony had to go. He'll be right back, guys. What was I saying? Oh man. He said he thinks there's more pressure on Ziggy, and I think I agree with him, right? Because Deion Jordan was a guy who was on the practice squad. He was someone who was here that they didn't bump up, right? Ziggy was a guy they went out in free agency and paid, and they gave him the $3 million deal. That's not what's happening. that's not what's happening with Jordan. So I think there is more pressure on him, but it doesn't. Now, see, Daddy-O, he's got to come in here. I'm not depending on either one. We have to depend on both of these guys. This is where the edge presence is coming from. This is where these guys are proving their worth and proving, if this team doesn't have that presence on the outside, on the edges, we are in for some long, long games, man. We haven't played Wilson at all yet, and both of our guys might be done based off of what that comment was that I put up here from Dre. He thinks that Ford might be done for the season. That's what people are hearing. I've been hearing. I just haven't been talking on it. We've talked about it behind closed doors here, but none of us have brought it to the show. But things are happening. We might be without both of those guys all year long. We need Ziggy and Jordan to step up. And this is a comment here from the Howard 11. Jordan couldn't beat anyone in camp. I'm not going to laugh at him, but he was the guy that was left on practice squad. Hyder came in and outperformed this guy, right? So we're gonna need to generate some pass rush. And what you don't want to do while you're out Richard Sherman and your top corner, you don't want to generate pass rush from the secondary, because now you're leaving those guys vulnerable back there, one less body back there. So it's going to be really, really hard to see what's going on here. Logan, thank you for the contribution. He says Ziggy has to prove. Ziggy has a point to prove. He's going to ball out. I hope you're right. God damn, that was fast. I really hope you're right. Let me bring Tony back in here.
I had to pee. I couldn't hold it, man.
All right. I'm impressed.
Sorry.
I'm impressed. A fast guy. I hope you wash your hands, man. So they're saying that
fucker.
They're saying that it looks like they agree with you for Ziggy, but Daddy-O said that I'm not depending on either one of them. My retort to that was, we have to. I put the comment up here from Dre saying that he's got a source saying that D Ford is out for the season. And I told him, like, we've talked about that behind the scenes. We haven't talked about it on the show. We've all heard the same report. We've all heard the same thing, but I don't know if there's any credence to it. But the point is, with Bosa out for the season, Ford maybe being out for the season, we are going to have to depend on Ziggy and Deion Jordan, right? So now, why you said Ziggy also? Did you say it just because of the paycheck?
I don't think it's because of the paycheck. I mean, come on, he's a veteran. If he's making, I think they said $3 million. All right, that's a fair deal for a pass rusher, a first round pick that has performed at this level. It's a great fit because he knows Coach Sarek, but I just think that I feel like the pressure, in my opinion, I don't think the pressure's on either of them. I really don't, because I'm going to say this. They're going to be based on a rotational role. They're not guys that are like, listen, we need to put you in on the first snap. I think, in my opinion, it's going to be Hyder and Armstead in their base starting. That's just my opinion. I think these guys are going to come in on the third down, third and longs, where it's a passing down. And that's what I think they're here for. I mean, they could work themselves into a bigger role and potentially be a starter as far as Ansah. But I think Jordan is going to be playing the role of Ford, the speed guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, man. I'm not sure. I do like what I've seen from Hyder, though. I can't say that enough. I really do appreciate what I've seen from Hyder, so I'm looking
Now,
forward.
I mean, I just saw his name in the chat. Do you think there's pressure on Armstead now, getting that big deal?
Not because of these guys' absence, no. The pressure's been on Armstead since he signed that paycheck.
Well, with these guys out, do you think he's feeling pressure to perform,
No,
knowing that he has to step his play up because they're minus their top two guys, and he just got that huge contract?
the only reason I say no is because I don't think he was signed to play strictly on the edge. I think that he was signed for his versatility along the defensive line. I don't think so. With those two edge guys possibly being out for the entire season, I don't think they're going to say, all right, you become the edge guy now, and that's your role. So you're replacing them. So that's why I don't think that. I think that he still has to be productive. I still think that he needs to average a sack a game by the time the season's over. I mean, look, if he had another 12 sack season, I think he would be happy with it. But we want to see some pressures. He doesn't have to quite get to 16, but with the money that he's getting, we definitely want to see him get double-digit sacks, right? But I don't think that he's going to be pressured to replace those edge guys in particular. Armstead can do it from all four spots in the defensive line. I'm really, really trying to wait to talk about some of these guys that I'm looking forward to seeing in my players of the game on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, my predictions. But, I need these guys to get here so that way we can discuss it. That's what I'm looking forward. And what I don't want us to do is to backtrack on any of those conversations.
You wanted to jump into, I got the new players' numbers, and I can go over the inactives if you want.
Yeah, but let me answer Callie's question about my wings. So I get my wings from this place out in where I live called Wings to Go. And I try all kinds of, I like spicy stuff. I like hot wings, but sometimes I want like hot with a kick, right? So I was doing this, they had this spicy barbecue, which was pretty cool. It was sweet, but, had a nice spice to it. That was good. But it was really, really sweet. So like, when you start dieting and you avoid the sugars and stuff that's a little sweet tastes really sweet to you now. So it's like, it was too much. So I tried this hot and honey, right? And I'm not really a big honey person, but it's very, very light, and it's got enough of a kick to it. Those are the best wings I've had in a long time. So the hot and honey from Wings to Go, that is my number one choice right now, man. I know people are like, get the lemon pepper. No, I'm not Rick Ross. I can't do it. So, Tony, what's your go-to wing flavor?
I like honey barbecue.
Honey barbecue.
Yeah.
So you like the sweet. Yeah, see, so I got to have some kick with mine, All right, now, are you a boneless guy or are you a bone-in guy?
Both, but I'll eat both, but I kind of don't eat it like this. I slide it off because I have a thing with eating meat on a bone.
So you don't eat ribs?
I eat ribs, but I get the fork and go like this. Yeah.
Shave it off. Oh.
I just take the fork and just push it all right down.
Look at you. Oh, too good to have a bone in my mouth. Hey, it's okay. You don't.
No, it has nothing to do with like
jokes that I get when we're on the show, so I get it.
It's just like, I don't know. I mean, a bone-in wing is a bone-in wing. I mean, that's the best way. If you're going to do it, that's the way you do it. But when you bite into it and sometimes you clip that bone, it's like, ugh, I don't know.
I hear you. My wife loves flats. All right, let's get to this injury report, number changes and stuff like that. So let's break this all down over here.
All right, so basically we're going to go over the numbers for the new players today. JaMychal Hasty is going to be wearing number 38. Ansah is going to be wearing 94. Jordan will be wearing 96. Joe Walker, who was brought up, number 59. Demetrius Flanagan-Foles, number 45. And Jason Verrett, number 22. I
think Tony has to go get his door, guys. So, Yep. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. He's back now. Sorry. JaMychal Hasty snap count. What number is Hasty wearing? Do we know that?
Hasty is going to be wearing number 38.
38. Why do I think of Raheem Mostert when I think of 38? What number? Did Raheem Mostert ever wear 38 for us in the period?
No, Lattimore, the kid that they drafted out of South Carolina who shredded his knee in college.
Fourth round pick. Trust me, I remember. I was in Walmart when they made that pick, and I screamed. I literally screamed when I found out. I was like, "Yo, we got him! We got it!" And he never touched the field, man. He was the last 38 we had. No, Adrian Colbert, didn't he?
Yes, Adrian Colbert. Correct.
Adrian Colbert had 38 also. I associate 38 with speed, so that's what it is. All right, so where that? Oh, did I click the comment? Jermichael Hasty snap count. That's where I went there. Can't be more than Jeff Wilson. Why not? What are their roles here? If based off of what we have seen from these guys, now obviously one is college film, no preseason tape, and the other guy we've only seen him in limited snaps here in the NFL. But based off of what we've seen from these guys, which one do you think will end up with more carries, based off of the scheme that we play?
I mean, like you gotta ask now: is McKinnon gonna hold up the whole for the brunt of the load? Is he gonna his knees gonna be okay? He looked good last week, but now he's gonna get the majority of the carries. And also, it's the hot hand. You know the way they roll; they go with the hot hand. So, I think their play in the game is going to determine how he distributes the carries and who gets the most. I mean, Jeff Wilson Jr., we all thought was their goal line back, and he wasn't their goal line back in week 1. So we got to see.
All right, man. So let's just go ahead and get to some of this stuff because we're going to run out of time, and I know Nick is going to do a 40-minute over-under segment. So let's just go ahead and get to some of the players that we're looking for today. Some spotlight players, guys to highlight, some guys that we're hoping to see positive things from in today's game that we may not have mentioned throughout the week. We've talked about the replacement guys, right? We've talked about Hasty. We've talked about Jeff Wilson stepping up. We've talked about McKinnon, things like that. The Jason Verrett's or maybe Dante Johnson's. We've gone through the list of players that are stepping in place of some of these injured guys. But there's other guys who have been here that I feel like maybe we should be expecting more from these guys. Not necessarily, Super or Pro Bowl performances, but we should be expecting more from these guys. Maybe some guys that people just haven't thought about in that sense that could have big games. So I'll give it to you first. Let's start with the defensive side of the ball. You give me a defensive guy that you think can step up, should step up, and it can be a replacement guy. Don't get me wrong. It absolutely can be. But I want you to think broad. Who's a defensive player that you think has the opportunity to shine in this game? Someone that you think will shine, not has an opportunity. They all do. But who do you think will be the guy this game on the defensive side of the ball?
I'm going to go – I don't want to go into the two defensive ends because we talked about them repetitively and we really addressed that. I'm going to go on the interior. I think potentially Kinlaw could have a big game. I think he can definitely get his first sack this week. I like him versus the matchup versus him and their center. I know Zeitler is their right guard, if I'm correct, and their left guard is Hernandez. I forgot his first name, but he came from New Mexico or something. They drafted him 2 years ago. I really want to.
I wanted him. That's the guard you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted him out of the draft.
I think it could be Kinlaw. I really think Kinlaw could have an impactful game today.
You know what I'm going to go with, man? And it's close, I guess, but I'm going to go with our preseason favorite and Kevin Givens.
Good pick.
Kevin Givens, I think, is going to have a seriously good game. I think that he's going to show people a little bit more than what they expect. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners played him inside and outside in this game. I think he'll be more effective inside, but I wouldn't be surprised if he had a couple of snaps on the edge just to show what he can do, a little bit of diversity. But I really think that he's going to have a good game. This young man, he gets low to the ground. His pad level is stellar. And I think with another year under his belt and learning how to use it, look at the guys taking the field, man. Oh, man. Whew, I just got chills. Those white jerseys, man. I love it. I'm sorry. But I think his pad level is going to be something that he can take advantage of an inexperienced offensive line. I think that he's going to be a guy that's going to go out there. And honorable mention to another defensive guy. I won't go into why, but DJ Jones also should get a really big consideration for what we're talking about here. Let's flip it over to the offensive side of the ball. I'll let you go first again. Who is it that you think is going to have a good game today on the offensive side of the ball?
I'm going to go with Brandon Ayuk. They traded up. Oh, boy, there's Ansa. I'm sorry. They traded up from the bottom of the first round to, I think, 27, and they took him. and Kyle felt he was the best wide receiver in the draft for his system. I like what I've seen from him so far. I like his aggressiveness and coming back to the ball, but I think he's going to have a bit. I think he's going to be the guy today as the wide receivers. I think, in my opinion, I think the first play from the line of scrimmage, when they get the ball, they're going deep, and it's going to be intended for him. So that takes that defense, instead of them coming up to try to stop our run game, it's going to make them take a step or two back. So and Kyle's going to try to keep them honest. So I like what Ayuk could bring to the table today.
Ayuk it. Or if Nick was on here, I would be saying Brandon Thayuk.
Yo, I just got souped as hell seeing Ansa 94 in a white jersey. I don't know
you
why.
saw it, right? That's what I'm saying. That's the picture I saw. I was like, let's go, man. The guys are taking the field.
Oh, you're live? You're not streaming, right?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm at my dad's house. I'm watching his cable stream. So Mike's ahead today, baby. Y'all used to bombing on me for being 5 minutes behind everybody, right? Normally it's me and Tony racing to see who sees it last. What now? Yeah. Breezy. Uh-oh, I can't hear you, bro. I don't know if your mic, it's not muted either. I can see it. Your camera, everything's on, but be careful backing up. Looks like you in reverse. Can't hear him. I'm going to leave you up there because you got a nice clean picture, man. You're looking good. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. This is the view I like right here. Hold up. Let me see here. Oh, he froze. Oh, y'all like that, right? Y'all thought that was a soundboard, right? Y'all didn't know Mike had that octave in there. Y'all didn't know I get down like that. Pause, huh? All right, hold on. Let me see something here. Let me change the background. There's another background that I like that we have on here somewhere. Like a fine lips. There we go. I want to put this one on. Let's get the boys in the background. All right, let's get Breezy off until he comes back. I'm sure he'll be back very soon. All right, Tony. So I see Breezy moving down there, but it's really blotchy. So I'm going to leave him down there for a second. Hopefully it gets straightened out over there. And then if so, we can bring him back in here. I want to ask him his defensive guy that he wants to highlight. Let me see if he's ready now. Yo. Breezy. Nothing. Nope. All right. So we still can't hear Breezy. He might have to drop out and come back in. Maybe he'll reconnect with the signal there. All right. So you went with Brandon Ayuk. I'm going to go on the offensive side of the ball, man. Can I highlight an offensive lineman?
Sure.
Can I do that? I really think Garland is going to have himself a day. Am I wrong for saying that? Am I wrong? Am I crazy for thinking that an offensive lineman can come in here and play a solid game for the Niners? I think he could be the player of the game. Now, what if I told you that I think the reason he's going to be the player of the game is because he's going to recover a fumble?
Oh, don't say that. I don't like that.
Is that a stretch?
I don't like that one bit. Don't say that.
I know, but I'm just saying it is what it is. Bro,
absolutely.
I got so much trash to talk, man. Like, I think the Rams are going to get smoked today. I just realized, like, everyone's worried about this. Oh, the Rams look really good. Do you know what teams the Rams have played?
Who do they have today? Oh, they have Buffalo in Buffalo? Ooh.
Yeah, but like, people were like, oh, the Rams are so good. The Rams are so good. What are we going to do about this division? They haven't played anybody. Now, I will say the Seahawks have played some good teams. But the Rams haven't played anybody, bro.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I like the blue. I like their color blue that they're using. But sorry.
You like the Rams colors?
I like that Ram, the helmet, the color of that blue helmet. I like it. It's better than that old shit they used to wear. Oh,
you didn't like that one, huh?
No. But we're not talking about the Rams.
We're not
talking about the red and gold.
I'm just saying that I think people are really hyping this team because they're looking at the points that these teams put up against people that they play. Like, bro, they played the Eagles. The Eagles. Yeah, you're going to put up 30 plus against the Eagles. They played the Cowboys. The Cowboys just let the Falcons put up 39 points on them. The Cowboys defense ain't what we thought it was going to be this year. And they only put up 20. I'm not impressed with the Rams being 2-0. Sorry, not sorry. Play the Cardinals. Play the Seahawks. Play the Niners. Then maybe we can talk. Play the Bills. Let's see how you get out of this one. I'm not buying the hype, bro. Get out of here.
Okay. Talk your shit, Mike.
Because they haven't played anybody, and we're sitting here like, oh, we're in trouble. Look, everybody in our division is undefeated. Everybody in the division is playing bums right now. Bums. Yes, that's why we got to beat the Giants. I understand what you guys are saying, right? But don't sit here and try to tell me that our team is in trouble when our opponents haven't played anybody yet. That's all I'm saying. So we'll see what happens. Breezy, we got you now?
I hope so, man. This is bullcrap.
I hear you.
Y'all
I
still
hear you.
you hear? Okay, that's good. It might be a little choppy because I'm driving, but I'm here. I was here. Can y'all hear me?
You're there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're there.
All right, Mike went on mute. All right, cool. So what I missed? What I missed?
All right, so Breezy, so what we're doing now, we're highlighting players that we think are going to be good. Not just replacement players, but players that we think are going to have a good game today. Doesn't have to be someone filling in for an injured person, right? But let's start with the defensive
Okay.
side of the ball. Tony went with Javon Kinlaw, the rookie. I went with another defensive lineman and Kevin Givens. Give me your spotlight defensive player, the guy that you think is going to step up and shine. It could be a star. It doesn't have to not be Eric Armstead. You can name anybody you want on that defense. Freaking Fred Warner, whoever it is. Let us know who you think your guy is going to be.
Yeah, man. Today is going to be a Jaquaski Tart day. I don't know if you guys hear me loud and clear, but today is going to be a Jaquaski Tart day. He is going to have the matchups of his life. He's going to have to probably cover some Ingram, some Smith. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely going to be a good asset to have when it comes to covering these tight ends. And I believe Jaquaski Tart might get a pick six today because I think Daniel Jones is going to force the balls. Force his passes to his tight ends. And I think Tart knows that, and I think Tart is going to have a day. So I think it's going to be a Jaquaski Tart day on the defense.
Talk your shit, Breezy. I'm sorry, you just came from church. Preach.
Preach. Yeah, Well.
Let me change it up. I ain't going to say talk to you. Preach, Breezy. Preach. All right. So then we went to the offensive side of the ball, right? And my offensive player was an offensive lineman. I went with Ben Garland. Tony went with the rookie wide receiver and Brandon Ayuk. So who is going to be your guy on the offensive side of the ball that you want to spotlight that you think is going to ball out today?
Listen, Nick Mullins is playing quarterback, and if Nick Mullins is playing quarterback, look for Kendrick Bourne, wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, to have a career day. I'm talking 10 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown.
Kendrick Bourne gonna get wide receiver one numbers. Okay.
I really believe so. And here's the trigger, right? Here's the kicker, right? I don't think we score any rushing touchdowns today. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
I don't think we score any rushing touchdowns.
I almost got upset. But you know what, man? We don't have guys that have that breakaway, pull-away speed on the field today.
Glad you thought about it.
I will say this, though. McKinnon from 20 has enough giddy-up to get past people. From 20.
Right. He can run 30. Right.
Right. Once you get to that 25-30 range, you see the needle on the gas tank start to –
Right. I got you.
Right. So then there's a couple of other things that we need to talk about. So I want to talk about players that you're the most concerned about. We do positive. I want to spin it. Give us some negatives. We highlighted our guys. Breezy went with Tart and he went with Bourne. Tony had Brandon Ayuk and Javon Kinlaw. My guys were Ben Garland and Kevin Givens. Let's do the flip. Let's do the flip of this. Let's start with the offensive guys. Let's go back to Tony. Give me an offensive player that you're worried about today. Not that you think he's going to have a bad game, but I'm really worried about seeing this guy's performance out there. I'm a little nervous about it.
Offensive side of the ball, worried about his performance. That's a tough one. I'm going to say Mike McGlinchey. Why, that was yours?
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. I knew I should have went first. All right, go ahead. Why Mike McGlinchey, man?
Because he hasn't been impressive his first two games. I think the Giants do have some speed guys off the edge. You have Carter is the one side and Fackrell's the other side. Fackrell, whatever his name is, and they could speed rush, and he struggles with that big time. I mean, he's going to face Leonard Williams at times too, former first-round pick by the Jets out of USC, number 6 overall. So I think this has to be a statement game, in my opinion, for him. I think he needs to come out and just play his game, no pressures, Continue in the run game. I trust him. I do trust him in the run game. It's just the pass protection, especially if this team gets stuck in a 3rd and long situation. I think you could potentially see Warner or Dwelly flanked off his side to help him in a chip block situation.
Sending help to the side of your former 1st-round pick. Woof. That's big talk right there.
Wait. They did it before, Mike. They did it with Chandler Jones when he was on him.
Listen, I know. Trust me, I know. I'm saying maybe the Niners ain't. Well, you know what? I'll save that for later. It's a lot of season left. A lot of time for the young man to improve. I won't beat him up too much right now. He's a second-year guy, so we'll see what happens here. Breezy, let's go to you, man. So he took the one guy that I think we were all thinking that was kind of low-hanging fruit, right? I think everyone's been a little concerned with Mike McGlinchey out there, right? He goes to the podium. He sounds like a teacher. He seems like the most intelligent guy in the world. But football isn't just about intelligence. You got to have some of that bronze to go with that brain, right? So he's got to get out there and put it up, you know. What are your thoughts, man? Give me your player on the offensive side of the ball that you're most concerned with today.
Yeah, man. For me, you know, I definitely was going to go with Mike McGlinchey, you know what I'm saying? But since that's 1A, I'm going to go 1B, and I'm going to stick with that right side. You know, right side, Daniel Brunskill. Like, where you been, baby? Like, did the training camp mess you up because we switched you to center to whatever? We just made you this chameleon, and now you don't know how to play football? I'm concerned with the whole right side, so I'm going to go with his sidekick, you know, 1B, Daniel Brunskill. I'm hoping, though, today, guys, that just because I said we don't have a rushing touchdown doesn't mean I don't think we're not going to rush the ball well. And I'm hoping that the strengths of McGlinchey and Brunskill is running the ball. So I'm hoping that we do run maybe to the right side a little bit, give the left side a little break. But my concern is the right side. So Daniel Brunskill will be my guy.
Very interesting. Very, very good. You know, that offensive line has got to step up, man. We can't be a one-sided team, and I think that a lot of the players, well, I won't say a lot. I know that he's not in today, but Mostert really likes running to the right. I get excited when I see Mostert running to the right side of the offensive line. I really do, but he's not in today, so we'll see what happens. My offensive player that I'm going to be the most worried about, I don't want to contradict anything I've said earlier. I said that I think the running backs are going to count for 250 total yards today. So I don't want to name a running back, but there is a running back I'm a little concerned with, but I won't get into that. I won't say he's the most concerned. Is it fair? Can I say Nick Mullins? Can I say Nick Mullins is the guy I'm most concerned about? What if he's putting too much pressure on himself? What if he's overhyping this moment? What if he's thinking too little of the situation, right? It could go any way. If he's not even keel right here, he can put too much pressure on himself. Or the flip is the Giants are pretty bad. They haven't put up 16-plus points all season long. All I got to do is get 2 scoring drives and a field goal or so, and we can win this game. Every down doesn't make a break. Every drive doesn't make a break. We just need 3 good drives. What if he's too relaxed, right? So that's kind of like pressure being on him, but he's the guy I'm most concerned with. Not that I think he's going to have a bad game necessarily, but we got to see. We got to see what's going to happen with Nick Mullins. I'm gonna go there. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
That's a good call. That's definitely a good call. And it's not that I feel it's not that. How do you explain this? I'm not overlooking the Giants by all means. I'm not saying like it's a guaranteed win, but I just trust in Nick Mullins and being in the system with Kyle and that staff. I just believe in it. Like, by all means, it's not a lock to beat them. Anything could happen at any time during this game. They could come out and start spreading the ball all over the place, and we're going to be like, what the hell just happened? But I do think the Niners come away with the W, but I just think I think Mullins has it in him and is coached up enough and knows the system enough to get this victory today and potentially next week and potentially the week after that. So,
all right. Okay.
But by all means, I'm going to say this. It's the furthest thing from a lock. That's why they play the game, because anybody could win. And this team, if they come out and overlook the Giants, they could walk out with the L.
The line is getting closer and closer, guys. Vegas is steadily updating the line for this game. So, like Tony said, it's absolutely not a lock at
What is
all.
the current line, you know?
I'm literally refreshing the page right now. It's still at 3. It's still at 3. But like I said, less than 24 hours ago, it was 3.5. So the over-under has gone down a full point. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. You change the line from a half a point for each team. So it's the over-under has gone down a point. Damn, I wish I could do my bet now. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do the MyBookie segment before everybody gets out of here. We'll have you guys pick some numbers here, and we'll do it with the chat here. First response we see will be the answer. So let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Biggest concern on the defensive side of the ball. Who went first last time?
I picked McGlinchey. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah. All right, so then we'll go with Breezy this time to go first. Give me your biggest concern on the defensive side of the ball. You got our strong safety who's been playing more free than I'd like to admit, but he's been lined up back more, and I've seen Jimmy Ward closer to the line of scrimmage a lot, but whatever. Our safeties are interchangeable. They said that this season. Tart was your guy for the positives. Give me the negative guy, the guy that you're concerned with here.
I'm concerned with Jason Verrett. Will he be able to get through a whole game healthy? We haven't seen this guy play healthy in umpteen years. So I'm a little concerned about opposite starting Emmanuel Mosley. I'm just going to keep it a buck, man. And like I said, we need to play the best zone defense we can against Daniel Jones. We need to be able to disguise some things in that zone, whatever it is we got to do, because if we go man-to-man on Daniel Jones, he's going to throw the ball. Now, will the receivers come down with it? That's a different question. But I don't think we have that's my biggest concern is Jason Verrett. And I think I'm more concerned with him just remaining healthy throughout the whole game. You know, like last 3 against Pittsburgh, came in for 2. So I'm a little concerned with that, guys, because if he goes down or if Mosley goes down.
Look, Breezy's phone and signal are reflective of how he feels about this cornerback situation. The more he talks, the worse his signal gets. He is breaking down inside, and his phone is feeling it for him, man. It's incredible how that's happening. It's like if he goes down, if Mosley go.
Am I a little bit clearer with the signal now? Because I'm pulled up to the crib and I should be on my way.
Yeah, a little bit. You froze a little bit for a second there. Let me see.
I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go in the crib. I'll be back.
All right. We're gonna get Breezy right back, better than ever. So he gave us his, man. He's worried about Jason Verrett, man. Tony, that was low hanging fruit. Also, I said it about your guy. I think it's an obvious answer. Jason Verrett is going to be a concern. What about you, man? Who's your concern player on the defensive side of the ball?
I'm concerned not in an individual player. I'm concerned of the depth at the cornerback position. That's my main concern because, like you just said, if someone goes down, there's a problem. You're going with really an inexperienced player in Webster who was just plucked off the practice squad from Miami. So if that secondary, if something happens, it could potentially be a big issue for the 49ers.
Is Dante Johnson active today?
Yes, everyone is active. All the inactive guys are all injured. The only one that's not injured is Compton that they left out.
He's okay. All right. So, and my defensive guy is actually going to be Emmanuel Mosley that I'm most concerned with. This goes back to what I was saying about Nick Mullins, overthinking or underthinking the situation, right? Short-term memory is what we want these corners to have. Anybody in the secondary, that's what they say. Good play, bad play, don't dwell on it, shake it off, get right back to business, right? You don't want this guy overthinking this game. Overthinking, oh, well, at least we're not playing against, this guy. At least we're not playing against that guy. At least it's not this quarterback. At least they don't have Saquon. I don't have to worry about the run game as much. Like, you want these guys to be able to relax, play their game, and play fast. So let's see what happens there. 2 guys in the secondary. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, Tony, what we're going to do here is this portion of the show is going to be sponsored by MyBookie. Where's my thing at here?
Get your bets in.
That's right, man. Listen, MyBookie is active, and they are officially sponsoring us here at Nothing But Niners. We appreciate them. So what we're going to do here is we're going to actually have a lot of fun. We did it last week. By the way, last week, guys, just want to let you guys know, last week when we did this, we missed it by one pick. Last week, we picked the under for the Buffalo Bills, and I think they played the Dolphins. I think it was the Bills in Miami game, and they went over by one touchdown. We were so close to our $10 bet being worth over $200. So it was a lot of fun. I want to do it again. So this is what we're going to do here, right? So I'm going to have Nick is jumping in here soon. All right. So when Nick is ready, when he gives me the thumbs up, I'll add Nick to the stream. I think that was a thumbs up there. Or was that a brim fix? All right, there's the thumbs up. All right. Breezy is going to come in soon. Breezy's jumping on from his computer. We're going to do the MyBookie segment here. So, guys, MyBookie is making betting a lot of fun. We have a promo code and everything. If you guys have not signed up for MyBookie yet, you are missing out. And listen, you're going to get a lot of free money. So go to mybookie.com or .ag. It's a weird thing, but if you type in .com, it redirects you. So I'm going to leave it as mybookie.com. Use the promo code NB9ERS. When you use that promo code, they will match whatever your initial deposit is up to $1,000. Okay? So you get a free $1,000, guys. Go to mybookie.com, make your bets, use that money. It's free money, and have fun. Put together some crazy parlays. And that's what we're going to do here. You can bet on multiple games. They have in-game props. They have right before kickoff, heads or tails, all kinds of fun stuff you can do. They had a line on which head coach is going to be the first one to get fined for not wearing a mask. I mean, who would have thought that?
Hands down.
Right. Who would have thought that was one of the props there? But they had it up there, and I believe Andy Reid was the favorite in that one. But what's done is done. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do it this way. The guys are all coming in here. Breezy's behind the screen there. I'm going to bring him in. And what we're going to do now for this is the MyBookie segment. I'm going to leave that promo code up there. We're going to do this live on the air. So, Tony, what I want you to do is pick a number between 1 and 7. So any 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Just give me a number between 1 and 7.
4.
All right, so Tony's number is 4. So, guys, we're about to do a 4-card parlay. All right, so Nick is just jumping in here. Nick, I want you to give me a team, any team in the NFL right now. He just put himself on mute, so Nick's not listening. Breezy, give me a team in the NFL.
Can you hear me?
Yep, yeah. Loud and clear.
The Chargers.
All right, so we're gonna go to the Chargers game. We're gonna create a bet here. Today we're gonna do. All right, here we go. We're gonna click on the Chargers game. Where are they? Chargers. Now, there's 3 things that you can do here. All right, you can bet the spread. You can bet the money line. I don't know anything about that. Or you can do the over/under. So we'll do the over/under if you want. If you don't want, where the hell's the Chargers game?
Los Angeles Chargers?
Yeah, where the hell are they at?
I think they play Monday night.
Yeah, but they should still be on the. They should still be. Oh, here they are. Chargers and Panthers. Okay, so Breezy, right now, the Chargers are 6.5-point favorites. Or you can bet the over/under at 43.5 total points. So I want you. Which? No, I'm not going to let you. You pick the game, Nick. Which one do you want to go with? Which line do you want to bet? Is he there?
And I couldn't hear you.
I said, all right, so Breezy picked the Chargers game, right?
Right.
So we're going to pick either the spread, which is 6.5 points in favor of the Chargers, or we're going to pick the over or under of 43.5 points. Which one do you want to do?
Let's do the spread.
All right, so we're going to do the spread. All right, so the people out there watching, you guys know what one we're doing. We're going to pick the spread at 6.5 points in favor of the Chargers. I want you guys to say if you give the Panthers 6.5 points, they win the game. Or do they do it? Do the Chargers still win? So which first answer we see in the chat, just say Chargers or Panthers. This is not straight pick 'em. This is 6.5 points.
Mike Honcho says take the Chargers. Panthers are trash.
Take the Chargers. That was with the spread. Okay, so 6.5 points. That's a lot. All right, we're gonna take it though. That means that the Chargers have to win by at least a touchdown. Boom, that's 1.
Woo,
all right,
that's tough, man.
Yeah, that's a lot. They have to win by at least a touchdown. All right. Tony, I'm going to ask you to pick a team.
Colts.
He's going to pick the Colts. All right, the Colts. Oh, Jesus Christ. The Colts are playing the Jets here. All right, so we're going to go back to Nick again to pick the spread or the total over-under for this game. The Colts are playing the Jets, and they are 11.5-point favorites. In order for the Colts to finish and cover, they have to win by at least 12 points. That's how it looks. So do you want the spread or do you want the total points?
What's the total points?
43.5.
Oh. You can go under, though, that, right?
You can take the under or you can take the over for the points. Yeah. But I don't want you to pick that. I want you to pick which one we want to bet on. Are we going to take the spread or are we going to do the over under?
I would do the over under on that.
Nick wants to take the over under. All right, guys. Somebody in the group chat. All right, there we go. Damn, Mark is on it. He said under. All right, so that's it. Just like that. We're going to take the under on this card. All right. We're going to keep this thing moving here. All right. So we're back to
Me.
yes.
All right,
Yeah.
so the Packers Saints.
All right, we're going to do the Packers Saints game. Tony, you want to do the over under or you want to do the spread? Let me tell you what the information is here. Packers Saints, it's only a 3-point line, but the over under is at 52 total points. One of the highest of the week.
Where is it being played?
This is in New Orleans, I believe. Let me double check. Hold on. This is in New Orleans. Yes.
And they're only 3-point favors?
Yeah, it's basically a push, man. In order to win the game, they have to win by more than 3.
I would do that. You
want to take the spread?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take the spread here, guys. Now, chat, I'm looking for you guys to give us something here. Which team are you going to take here? Yes? I'm always in trouble. All right, I think I think I saw Saints first, so we got to go with Saints. No. Mark picked the last game, so not gonna do Mark, but I'm gonna take this one here from Tyler. Tyler said take the Packers with the points. It's very interesting. I wouldn't do it, but I am gonna do it because
I would do it because Michael Thomas isn't playing.
Right.
I don't think Devontae Adams is either.
Devontae Adams is not playing, but we know that they could run the ball.
Yeah.
All right. So we did it. It's already in there. So that's the third card. We're going to do one more card here, guys, and I want the faithful to pick it. So somebody out there type the name of a team. Let's go ahead and get it. The first team that we see up there. That's the one that we're going to do. All right, we're waiting. Mark has been eliminated. Mark has got quick finger. He's got okay. Rams. Rams. Oh man, I can't believe no one picked us. All right, so the Rams are playing the Bills. This is a game that I did not want to pick. This is going to be a good one, though. All right, so the Rams are playing the Bills, and that line is at 1.5 points, guys. 1.5 points are being given to the Rams. The Rams are 1.5-point underdogs. The over-under is at 46.5. So, Breezy, you pick, right? I believe, Breezy, you pick the over-under or the spread. Which one?
The over-under.
All right, here we go. How many total points are they going to score? We're going to ask the chat. Is it going to be over, what did I say, 46.5, or is it going to be under?
I think it's going to be under.
Under 46.5 total points. Rams versus the Bills. My gut tells me over, but I want to see what they type. Come on, guys, don't get shy now. Mark isn't typing because he knows he's out.
Under.
Damn.
Really?
That
What's
just
all
came up in
those-
3 shots. Boom, boom, boom. Well, Bills
All
have
right,
a pretty decent defense.
Here we go. I see it. Bills. Under. Here we go. Click. Boom. All right, guys. So we're going to do this one as a $10 bet here. We're going to place the bet. MyBookie. Boom. Just that easy. Just like that. So what we did with the Chargers, we took the 6.5 line. Chargers should cover. We took the Jets and Colts, the over-under. We did under 43.5 points. We took the Packers with the 3-point spread there. We gave the points to the Packers. So the Packers get 3 points. If they lose by 2 or less or win outright, we get that. And then we took the Rams Under. The Rams and Bills under. I'm going to confirm the bet. This $10 bet will win $125.85. And if that happens, we will make a contribution to another charity. So that's how it works, man. That's it. It's that easy. And the only reason it took that long is because we were talking about it. If you guys were at home and you wanted to do it yourself, it's boom, 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 boom. It's very, very easy. Just like that. I don't know where Nick went. I guess we're not going to do an over-under segment. The game is about to start. Final thoughts on the game, guys. Give me final thoughts, and has your score predictions changed?
Okay, Wayne.
Final thoughts, man. This is going to be tougher than I think we think, man. And my score prediction has not changed. It's going to be 17-13 49ers. I think this is going to be a game where they just go in there, they do what they got to do, manage the game, get a commanding lead, and hopefully not allow the Giants to score toward the end, and we walk out of New York with a victory, and we walk out of New York 2-0.
I agree. I think it's going to be a tight game. Vegas thinks it's going to be a tight game with that line. They just got to come in, do what they do, stick to the game plan, do your job, and I think they come out with the W. But they got to play, they got to stay focused, and they can't overlook this team. And that's all it comes down to. If it's business, if this is business as usual, and they're focused and locked in, they win this game. If not, they could probably lose it. And most importantly, please no more injuries.
That's a big wish right there, because we know what happened last time we stepped on this field. And it was from the opening drive too. Well, not the opening drive, because technically our opening drive was that 80-plus yard touchdown, but it was a second drive, and it was just not good from that point on. But we'll see what happens, guys. Go ahead, Breezy. I thought you had your hand up. I thought you were going to say something. Yes, that's going to do it for this show, man. We are here. Thank you guys for rocking with us, man. We're going to go ahead and get to this game. We'll be back at halftime. Make sure you guys are tuned in. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate.
Go ahead.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful.
We out.
Let's get this show started, baby.